Hello, everyone. Welcome to the weekly VOC news, where we bring you the latest and the most significant news around Chinland this past week. My name is Alvin, and here are tonight's news headlines. A Qin-resistant joint force has seized a military camp belonging to junta troops stationed near Quangli village in Palam Township, capturing a large cache of weapons and ammunition. Officials from the Chinland Council and the Chinland government met with Union Minister Dr. Zoe So from the Prime Minister's Office of the National Unity Government (NUG) to discuss coordination and cooperation efforts. President Wu Min, who had been unjustly detained since the 2021 military coup, was released under an amnesty on April 17, while Aung San Suu Kyi remains in detention. Now we will bring you the news in details. Qin-resistant forces capture junta military camp near Quangli village. A joint Qin-resistant force has captured a military camp operated by junta troops stationed near Quangli village in Phalam Township, Chinland, according to local sources. The assault began on the night of April 13 when Qin-resistant joint forces launched an offensive against the junta camp. The camp was successfully seized the following day on April 14. During the fighting, resistant forces managed to fully capture what was described as a key junta position. More than 20 firearms, a large quantity of ammunition, starting equipment, landmines, and other military supplies were reportedly confiscated. Sources also stated that at least 10 junta soldiers were killed during the battle. The Qin-resistant joint forces also suffered some casualties and injuries. The junta has been carrying out an offensive for over 5 months in an attempt to retake Phalam town and the Surbong airfield. Chinland Council forces and allied Qin-resistant groups have continued to defend against these attacks. Chinland Council and NUG officials meet to strengthen coordination. Officials from the Chinland Council, Chinland government, and the Chinland Parliament met with Dr. Zoe So, Union Minister from the Prime Minister's Office of the National Unity Government (NUG) on April 14 to discuss coordination and cooperation efforts, according to an official statement. The meeting took place at the Chinland Conference Hall in Chinland City and was attended by senior leaders, ministers, and the Auditor General from Chinland Council, Chinland Government, and Chinland Parliament, along with Dr. Zoe So. During the discussions, both sides exchanged views on strengthening cooperation between the Chinland Council and the NUG, the implementation status of 3 branches of governance in Chinland, and updates on the NUG's ongoing activities. In addition, the Chinland government's Ministry of Health officially launched the Chinland Jordan School of Medicine, a new medical university initiative. The opening ceremony was attended by officials from the Chinland Council, Chinland government, and Chinland Parliament, as well as Dr. Zoe So, who delivered remarks and provided financial contributions in support of the institution. CDF Zopei vows to continue fight for federal democracy and self-determination. The Zopeiram Council, CDF Zopei, has reaffirmed its commitment to continue fighting for the complete dismantling of military dictatorship and to achieve self-determination and national equality through unity among revolutionary forces. CDF Zopei, which was established to resist military rule and build a federal democratic system, marked its 5th anniversary on April 16. In a statement released on April 17, the group paid tribute to fallen resistant fighters who sacrificed their lives, blood, sweat, and bodies over the past 5 years for the country and its people. It also expressed deep gratitude to supporters inside the country and abroad, as well as revolutionary allies who have contributed funds and resources to the movement. The group stated that it completely rejects the military junta's planned sham election and its outcomes. It also reaffirmed that individuals and organizations affiliated with the junta will continue to be banned from ongoing property or traveling within the Zopeiram territory. CDF Zopei further urged young people to actively participate in the revolution, emphasizing the importance of collective effort in overthrowing the military regime and establishing a free and just federal union as soon as possible. Based in Tantlang Township, Chinland, the Zopeiram Council, CDF Zopei, also held its General Conference from April 11 to 17. During the conference, members successfully amended organizational rules and regulations, elected new leadership, and set future strategic plans. NUG acting president calls for unity among resistant forces to defeat military rule. The acting president of the National Unity Government, NUG, Dua Lashila, has called on all revolutionary forces to come together under the Steering Committee for the Emergence of a Federal Union, SCEF, and to confront military regime with unity. He made the remarks in a public address delivered on April 16, marking the fifth anniversary of the formation of the National Unity Government, NUG. In his speech, the acting president emphasized that the key to the success of the revolution is unity among resistant forces. He urged groups to avoid criticism and division and instead focus on practical cooperation and coordination. He acknowledged that historical mistrust among revolutionary groups and external influences from neighboring countries continue to pose challenges to unity. However, he stressed that all groups share a common goal: ending military dictatorship. Despite these obstacles, Duwala stated that this shared objective will ultimately lead to stronger unity. He called on all forces to continue working together in solidarity to build a new society free from military rule, one that is independent, peaceful, and just. President Wu Jintao released under amnesty while Aung San Suu Kyi remains detained. President Wu Jintao, who had been unjustly detained since the 2021 military coup, was released under an amnesty on April 17, while pro-democracy leader Aung San Suu Kyi remains in detention with a reduced sentence, according to reports. The release came on April 17, Myanmar New Year's Day, when junta leader Min Aung Hlaing granted amnesty to more than 4,000 prisoners. President Wu Jintao was among those freed and was released from Daewoo prison. He was reportedly returned safely to his family in Naypyidaw in good health. President Wu Jintao was arrested on the day of the military coup and later sentenced to a total of 9 years and 6 months in prison under multiple charges, including 4 corruption cases and Section 130A. Meanwhile, Aung San Suu Kyi, chairperson of the National League for Democracy (NLD) and former state councillor, was not included in the amnesty but instead received a sentence reduction. She had been sentenced to a total of 35 years in prison under 19 charges filed by the military authorities. After 2 prior sentence reductions, she was serving 27 years. With the latest amnesty, 1/6 of her remaining sentence, approximately 4.5 years, has been reduced. According to reports, a total of 4,335 prisoners were granted amnesty on Myanmar New Year's Day, including just over 100 political prisoners. That concludes our news for this week. Thank you for listening to VOC and have a great week. Goodbye.